Hi everyone! Welcome back if you've been here before. If you've never seen any of these videos, welcome for the very first time. Hopefully we're going to see you more soon. Today is a speed build of a fancy penthouse that I did with a color scheme of black, white, and gold throughout the whole thing. This penthouse is for Ai Feng, which in my game is the daughter of Lily and Victor Feng. Unfortunately, recently in my game, they both passed on from old age, because I actually do have aging on for my Sims. It's part of life, and it's part of my Sims' lives as well. So she's finally able to go out into the world on her own. And I wanted to give her kind of a girly but luxe apartment. Where we are at, apartment-wise, this is Diego Lobo's old apartment. The one bedroom that he had originally. He has moved on across the hallway with the 3 bedrooms because he has a family now. So we have I in this lovely apartment here. I started with the bedroom because I had a very good idea of what I wanted for her bedroom, because her teen bedroom was kind of similar, where we used these big old posters that look like famous actresses. I kind of view her as being a little bit like a Blair Waldorf from Gossip Girl, where she's obsessed with old movies and old glamour in that way. I wanted to use a lot of stuff from vintage glamour stuff, and I was super excited to be able to use some of the new stuff from Get Famous, especially for that walk-in closet, because we all know that walk-in closet has got to be everything for this kind of sim. And I did start putting in some of the stuff for the walk-in closet and then go, oh, wait a minute, she would totally have a safe because she comes from money. So I turned this walk-in closet into a walk-in closet / vault area. I also end up putting that lovely ottoman in the middle and leaving it to where you can still see the beautiful cityscape that she has access to. The master bathroom, I had some issues with trying to figure out what kind of walls I wanted with it. I definitely wanted to use those tiles from the vampire pack, because, once again, theme, black, white, and gold, and I feel like these tiles look really nice and luxe and pretty. But the walls I had a huge struggle with, and I also had a struggle deciding which one of these fancy toilets I wanted. I ended up going with the gold and white. And a few moments ago, you don't see it now, I was contemplating putting a fireplace in the bathroom again, because originally in this apartment build, when it was Diego Lobo's, there was definitely a fireplace in here. I decided against it. And I do end up going with a white wallpaper to kind of brighten it up a little bit. I liked how the black looked, but I also felt like it was too suffocating on those walls. The black made the master bath look very small, and this is not a small bathroom. It's a good sized one, and I didn't want it to feel small when it's not small. Added in that rug from Get Famous, the black and gold, and now I'm just throwing in a couple of fancy looking flowers to add just a little bit more color. Now we're kind of moving to the kitchen. I want to take a sidestep and just say I love every single part of this build. This is one of my favorite ones I've ever done. Here I picked a vertical tiling for the backsplash area of where the sink is and where the stove's going to be and all that good stuff. I always use these counters from that outdoor stuff pack in builds inside. I just love how they look. We don't have enough counters in the game, so I tend to use these ones a lot because I feel like they're modern, they're sleek, and they match a lot of different color schemes really well. I use a lot of black or white marbling throughout, and I don't remember if it's from Get Famous or if this is the base game marble. Doesn't really matter. There's just marble. Marble, marble, marble. I end up using those chandeliers throughout this entire build, and I do change the colors slightly just so they match the decor of the room they're in. I love these Art Nouveau type chandeliers. I also add a couple of those floral looking sconces, the wall lamps, because I feel like they match the vibe I'm going for really well. I'm also going to apologize because I jump back and forth between rooms when I get ideas. I'm an artist, and I also paint and draw this way too. Like, I'll work on a section for a while, and then I get an idea while I'm working on this section, so I jump back and forth. It's just that I get so excited, and my brain just fires off in so many different directions at the same time that it makes me move back and forth and jump around in a pretty rapid pace. I do apologize because I'm sure watching it might seem a little disorienting, but it's just how I work. That couch from Vintage Glamour Stuff is everything, but it doesn't really have much that matches it. I always have issues trying to find something to go with it. I wish that it came with something that made it a full living room set instead of just a couch. I kind of mix and match stuff from Get Famous to make it work because I love that couch and I love the pillows on it, and I wanted it for this section of the build. So I just had to make it work. I used a lot of wallpaper in this build. I like fancy wallpapers for these kind of builds. Just feel like it adds something a little bit extra. A little bit more texture. Finally get to use that kind of plant sculpture from City Living. I love that thing, but I feel like it just doesn't work in a lot of builds because it's something that feels just specific. It feels like it needs to be in a certain kind of room. I'm also putting in that lovely grand piano in white. And I do end up creating a little reading/seating area in this little hallway between the living room and the kitchen/dining room. Another piece from City Living is that bookshelf, which I use that in a lot of builds too. I like the simplicity of it along with the shapes and the forms that it has. This front room, which I know for Diego Lobo was kind of like a party room, I turn it into an office area for her because I is going to be a doctor because her father was a politician and her mother was a businesswoman, and I just imagine her having this really, really strict upbringing and being brought up with the drive to be a successful surgeon. So that's what she's going to be. I use that sculpture plant thing again in this little entryway hallway, and I'm just adding a tiny bit of decorations here in order to just not leave it empty. You want something there. I do put Lily and Victor's urns in certain places in the build. One is in the hallway, the front hallway, I believe. I might move that one later. And one's on a pedestal in the master bathroom. I thought about putting a bar in that area, and then I end up going back to just, what I had before because it looked better. I'm just trying my damnedest to get that bar somewhere in this build. Apparently in my brain, I is also an alcoholic. Just kidding. I just like adding bars. Wanted to make it kind of a rompus room area. Threw an aquarium way in the back corner of that hallway. That's a huge hallway, by the way. Jeez. And I'm just here. I think I was just confused about what I wanted to do with this room. I guess I wanted it to be kind of a rompus room to begin with, but it ends up just being more of a traditional study area with a fancy bookshelf. I end up putting in that globe bar, so there's still a bar, but it looks like it belongs in a study. And a little seating area, and obviously the desk that I had earlier that I was going to try to turn into like a little vanity area that didn't quite work out in the bedroom earlier. I used so many different recolors of that one rug in this build in different sections. It works though, it looks nice. Here I start trying to figure out some wall art. I end up using some of the paintings from Get Famous. It ends up being the black and white versions. The ones that actually look like a German expressionist film. That's what I end up using for the decorations in that office, and it does really feel like it fits because of that. And here I'm just using the same big fancy curtains in different colors in the different rooms to match the different kinds of decor, and throwing in some more lighting and chandeliers and all that fun stuff. And finally, the small bathroom towards the beginning. Literally just used some of the same stuff I used in the master bathroom, just smaller. Less space. And here I added that marble accent table with the bust sculpture that I love using, and I'm just throwing in some different small decoration pieces at this point. And it's done. I want to take this moment to thank you for your time. Thank you for watching this video the whole way through. If you liked it, hit that like button. If you disliked it, hit that dislike button. If you have any questions, comments, feelings, opinions, please leave that in the comment section down below. I would love to hear from you. If you liked this video and you want to see more like this, please hit that subscribe button. That's the only way you're going to know if I'm posting new stuff. Once again, thank you for your time, and I will see you soon.